As school districts across New York State prepare to reopen buildings in September, the state has started to withhold aid to schools. The governor has previously warned of 20% cuts if the federal government did not provide additional relief to states. In July, the state began withholding 20% of state aid payments to school districts. If the state converts these withholdings to permanent reductions, this would mean that school districts in the Questar III region of Rensselaer, Columbia, and Greene would cumulatively lose in excess of $80 million. This figure would be higher if the state also cuts grants or other revenue sources. Right now, this is not yet a permanent cut, but the Division of Budget will issue an updated financial plan by the end of September. According to a note from the State Education Department, the state's updated financial plan includes $8.2 billion in recurring local aid reduction. The state will continue to withhold a range of aid payments in the absence of unrestricted federal aid. Locally, superintendents say they are preparing to reopen schools until they no longer can, whether that is health and safety related due to the loss of state aid or other factors.
Through our budgeting process, we had accounted for $1.2 million possible reduction this year. In light of recent news, we have found out that that 20% reduction might be applied to all aid received through foundation aid and expense-driven aids. What that means for us is that 20% reduction, instead of being on $6 million, is likely a 20% reduction on approximately $10 million. As a result, we will likely see another $700,000 reduction in revenue. That's about 9% of our overall budget. We are not sure at this time if that reduction is being delayed or if it will be withheld completely. So there's a lot of unknowns at this time, but it's certainly important to begin to have dialogue with our community about the significance those reductions are going to have on our schools. If payment is withheld, that means we are likely to see reductions in programs and services, not only here in Schodack, but in schools all across New York State.
The withholding or potential loss of state aid comes as school districts spend more money on personal protective equipment, technology upgrades, and other new health and safety measures. The School Superintendents Association and the Association of School Business Officials International estimates that an average school district will have to spend an additional $1.7 million to follow safety protocols needed to bring students and staff back into the classroom.